Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends review. Here I have the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest 2-pack of Hank Pym, Giant Man, and Janet Van Dyne Wasp. This originally came out a couple years ago, I think, 2024, 2023? It was one of those 2 years. I think it was the same year as the Giant Man, probably 2024. But this is a reissue. They decided to reissue this figure pack, and it costs more. I think it was 60 some odd dollars. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store, so you can get this pretty much anywhere right now. It's not too in demand like it was back when the Ant-Man, or rather Giant Man, HasLab launched. I missed out on that Giant Man HasLab, but I'm glad to finally have this 2-pack in hand. But there's a barcode for some reason. I mean, it's as far as I know, a fan channel exclusive, but Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne use Pym particles to manipulate size and defend Earth as members of the first Avengers team, which is there. And then, although I thought it had Hulk in it, I don't know. But anyway, you can see it says 60 years of Earth's Mightiest. That was, again, in celebration, but also they released this during the Giant Man HasLab, and this is basically just a smaller version of that. But I'm excited. I've been waiting to open this 2-pack for a while, so let's get into it. And here is how they come out of the package. Quite a few accessories here, some of which I don't know what they're for, but let's start off with the Giant Man here. He comes with a lab coat. This was a pain in the ass to get off because of his right hand there. So if you do want to put this on, I'd recommend taking at least that hand off. The fisted hand was fine, but I would take off that trigger finger hand he's got on the figure, and then I would put this on and then put the hand back on. Otherwise, he has a problem with, getting this particular coat on or off. I'd actually probably keep both of the hands off just to be safe. I'd put it on again, but I don't want to. But a good accessory. It's not wired or anything, but it holds its shape well. So I like that. It comes with that. Might use that on a different figure. Haven't decided. Let's see. There's 2 different beakers that are included. A circular one and a I almost said cylindrical. a triangular shaped one. Both of which have a little bit of blue liquid on the bottom. Kind of wish that it was easier to see that it's supposed to have liquid inside. Let me see, where's my UV light? Yeah, you can't really see that there's anything in there, but it's supposed to look like that it's full of liquid of some kind. But I know the effect on camera looks pretty good, but in person I don't think it looks as good, especially with the rounded one. Like, you see just a little bit of blue in there. I would have rather them just made one of them clear. This one turned out better, I think. But you get 2 of those. And then you get this tablet thing. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be from or what it's supposed to represent. It's good looking, I guess. But, the figures can hold it. And maybe it's supposed to go with this little drone here. Maybe it's supposed to be the thing that... Oh, wait, no, this ain't a drone. This is a... Yep, that's what I thought. This is not a helicarrier. What am I thinking of? I own the Lego set like this. What's it called? Crap. It's not the helicarrier. It's the other one. The Quinjet. It's an Avengers Quinjet. So that definitely doesn't go to this. But again, don't know what this is. It's like a control interface, maybe. It kind of looks like heart rate, maybe DNA. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. I really don't know. But cool, I guess. It's got some like honeycomb texture on the back. Comes with that. Head sculpts. They each come with 2 different head sculpts. He comes with this one, which is definitely too big for the body. It's way too big for the body. It's not a bad head sculpt. It's just too big for the body. If they made this even slightly smaller, it would look better. But well painted, realistic looking. Obviously, I'm not going to display the figure with this head. Comes off easy. You can see the neck articulation there. And of course, we're going to put the Giant Man head sculpt on there. It almost did. Oh, you hear that? Yeah, I'm probably going to heat that up just so I don't break it. Red plastic over time is not a big fan of staying together. But yeah, there he is with the Giant Man head sculpt on. And then Wasp over here, she comes with...
Who you calling Pinhead?
Head with the microphone. And then she comes with this alternate head sculpt, which looks great. I'd even use this as a Black Widow head sculpt. I think it's that good. Just repaint the hair orange and you're good to go. Yeah, really well done looking head sculpt. I really like this one. Same thing with this one, but not as much. And then last accessories here. She comes with her wings, and I believe these can be ported in either slot on her back. I'll go ahead and show that. But the way it came out of the package was this way. So I'll go ahead and do that. Just be very careful not to stress the joints. Okay, good there. That one went in just fine. This one's being a little bit more problematic, but it went in just fine as well. And then, of course, you can articulate the wings. And if you'd prefer to have this on front, you can do that. But I just put it on the back here. They're kind of like a translucent blue. That's probably the way to do it, actually. More butterfly-like. But these wings are good. It does make her a little top-heavy. And she doesn't have the biggest of feet, so she's not... I would put her in a flight stand, or I would have the wings down in a display. Yeah, she's not wanting to stand up. Somehow I got her to stand up. But there you go. Man, now she's wobbling. She's wobbling. She's wobbling. She's going to fall over. But anyway, on the figure itself, she comes with 2 fisted hands, and then she comes with what we've seen, what I thought we've seen plenty of times before, but these hand sculpts here that, you know, they're kind of open, kind of like, ooh, magic, right? Maybe if I, they don't want to overlap. This is as far down as I can get them with them overlapping. She's able to stand easier though, so I'll take that. I stand corrected. Alright, she's going to have to lean forward for now. And then Giant Man here, he comes with a trigger finger right hand, a left hand fist, and then he comes with 2 different holding hands. I'm guessing one for each beaker. I think that these are mirrored as well, but you can take the beakers here and... Okay, that one doesn't fit at all, actually. Yeah, that doesn't fit at all. You're probably better off using the trigger finger hand for that. Yeah, these don't fit at all. Why even give us a hand if it don't do nothing? I mean, this one's the same, so it's not going to fit. But... oh well. Yeah, use the trigger finger hand if you want to hold the beakers. And let's get that out of the way here, and we can look at the figures themselves. So, Giant Man, not too much to write home about. It's basically just a complete reuse of the retro card Spider-Man mold or Renew Your Vows. It just doesn't have the toe articulation. Although the torso looks smaller, but it's definitely the Renew Your Vows because of those 2 dots there. And the hole in the back, of course. But, you know, good reuse. Looks like Giant Man, or at least this version. I might repaint his eyebrows white like the HasLab version, but they come in black standard. The eyes on that look pretty good, although his expression looks kind of miffed. He's like, man, I gotta do this shit again. And he's got paint here on his elbows. I'm pretty sure it's the blue painted on the red. McFarlane would probably do it the other way around and it would look worse. But yeah, you can see it's pretty good paint-wise. And the black bands are painted on as well. Those aren't molded. His belt here, it's free floating, so you can move it however you like. You can keep it way down to hide the joint. You can keep it up higher if he, he's a grandfather. I don't know. And then the legs here are painted as well. At least the boots. This is the red painted on the blue. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it's red painted on blue. So at least on that one. It doesn't look as good, but it's not bad. It meshes well. Yeah, good looking Giant Man here. He's got the white paint on the sides of his head too. Not too much to talk about really, but glad to have him in the collection. And then Wasp here. I like this Wasp. It's not my particular look for Wasp. I like the black and gold from Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, I think it is. But this one's not too bad. It'll fit good in a Avengers display shelf, which is the plan. And I might actually put on this head sculpt for her, but I think there's a bunch of new stuff here, at least in the torso. Let's see, is there anything under the skirt? Nope. So this uses, I think, a new articulation, or not a new articulation, a new upper torso, and it has McFarlane style of articulation, so it can go back a lot, but can't really crunch. And it's a little bit of side to side. I'm trying to see if I can get an angle in there so you can see what that looks like. It looks like the skirt Yeah, so it's basically just a single ball joint in there. Not a big fan of that, and there's a big hole in there. So if you take this skirt piece off, which I'm obviously not going to do, but I would not get this for customs unless you plan on using him for a custom as well, and also if this was on sale. But a good looking Wasp figure. I like that this is a metallic blue in the W and the top of her pinpoint head there. I think this is black painted on the red. Pretty sure it's black painted on red. Anyway, yeah, again, paint job's good here. That's really all the paint that's on this figure other than the head sculpt, of course, which we already took a look at. And there's really nothing to write home about on the back of the figure either. But she's got these like 2 vials here. Maybe it's got the pin particles in them. I'm not sure. She also has a arm, or rather a wrist cuff overlay on both arms. I like that. It could have just been painted, but they went the extra mile. And it looks good. So let's go ahead and go into articulation since I have her here. Let's start off with the head sculpt. We got quite a lot of pivot. She can look up a bit, down a bit. I would have rather the disc hinge. This one is on the double, or rather the dumbbell joint. Her arms, they can go pretty high, and then you can twist all the way around, and then you got the double joints. She can touch her own shoulder. And of course you got the wrist swivel and hinge. You know that stuff. I already showed the midsection here. She can't really do the splits more than that, and it's not the skirt getting in the way, it's the actual plastic back in there. Kick forward pretty good. Pushes the skirt out of the way a little bit. Kick backward, that's as much as you're going to get. You obviously got the swivel here at the waist, or not the waist, the hip. And then you got the double jointed knee. You got the pivot. You get the hinge. Looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get her to stand back up. Gotta do them size comparisons. Come on. There we go. That's better. And then Giant Man here. We're not really going to do too much because this is free floating. This doesn't really get in the way of articulation all that much. A little bit, sure, but not much. And then the head sculpt. Basically no pivot. Can't pivot his head, but he can look up a lot, look down a lot as well. I wish she had that if she didn't fall over. Ugh, it's annoying. But yeah, this is the Renew Your Vows body, so we've seen it plenty of times before. Not going to get into articulation for it. Alright, if she can stay standing, we can do size comparisons. So, Giant Man here, he stands at the top of his antenna eyebrow thing, about 6.5 inches tall. And then Wasp is also about 6.5 inches tall. She might be a little bit taller with the top of her pinhead. But let's go ahead and see how they look next to our usuals. Trying not to disturb too much here. She's probably going to fall over. But there you go. You can see how they look next to everybody. I would probably say they're a bit taller than Spider-Man. He's about 6 inches. And Janet's a little bit taller than Psylocke just because of that helmet. But I'd say Tiger Force Outback's about the same height. Same thing with Dino Thunder Black as Giant Man there. But let's go ahead and see how these guys look on my shelf with the rest of my Avengers figures. Had to make some room, but you can see how they look next to most of the other members of the Avengers, as well as Hawkeye and Black Widow that were from the same line at the time. 2023, pretty sure. But yeah, the Beyond Earth's Mightiest with Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Giant Man and Wasp. I keep wanting to say Ant-Man. But yeah, they look pretty good. I'm glad Giant Man fits in pretty well. His red's very bright. Wasp, again, not my favorite look for Wasp, but until they make the version I really want, this is the one that's going to be on my shelf. And they look good next to some other comic book figures. You know, Ms. Marvel there. Then you got Thanos here from the Gamerverse wave. Doctor Strange up there. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these figures. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.